All right, well, I told myself I'm only gonna do another C8 tips and tricks if I find enough that are actually valuable to both my time and your time, and I think I did that, so strap in. And real quick, if I can just have 37 seconds of your time, who wants to win a brand new Z06 plus $30,000 for $25? I've partnered with Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix Association for your chance to win big for a little bit of money. Let me show you how to real quick. Go to this website right here. It'll be in the description below. Click on that link. You're gonna hit donate now. If you use my promo code right there, you get 30% more tickets. Put all your info right here, hit continue, and you're all set. And you have until September 30th, 2024, and drawing date will be October 8th. All I ask is that if one of my viewers uses my promo code and wins this car and the cash, you have to buy me lunch and let me drive the car. All right, deal? Cool. All right, on the video. Man, it has been a week. I know I say that, it's not even Friday yet. Holy cow, wow. All right, so I got 13 tips and tricks for the C8s. They're actually really, I'm not just saying that, they're actually very interesting. I know I would like to learn these if I was getting into a C8 or if I've had a C8 for a while. This is no particular order. We'll start with number one and go around the car. I've had this car a little over a year. I've learned a lot just working on it, through other owners and forums and just doing research. So yeah, these are 13 things that are pretty damn valuable. You're gonna like these. All right, let's get into it. All right, these first two I actually learned from a viewer, and actually the guy I did the Z06 video with, the C8 Greg, he taught me both of these tricks. So thank you, Greg. Both of these I will be tackling myself or doing. These are actually really cool. So number one is, if you have a Corvette, obviously a C8, down here there's lettering, and it's very, very hard to see. But if you want to change that, make that an accent color, if you will, you just need a little paint thing from Lowe's, put it down in here, like so. See how that works? You can see it. I'm not sure what color I want to do yet. If I want to do body color of the C8s or a red, I'll probably do red. But again, I'll get a better one once I'm ready to tackle the interior. But yeah, all this will illuminate. Has a little flag right there. Let's see if I can show it to you. See that? Just like that. But once I get a better one without a tag on it, it'll all light up across the bottom. That'd be really cool. Or I might do a very similar ceramic matrix color to the body color. We'll see. So that's number one. All right, number two, if you live in a huge metropolitan area or the Northeast especially, or anywhere on the 95 corridor really, and you gotta use an ugly easy pass, I'm gonna show you a little trick. There's actually two ways you can do this. There's one inside the interior where you can just paint it flat black and put it behind your infotainment screen, but there's an even better, more ingenious way that Greg also taught me, and he's actually doing this, so I know it works. Open your front, and you can mount it either right here or right here, and it works because this super thin fiberglass, the RFID chip in there, whatever, works through this. However, if you upgrade this to a carbon fiber hood, it will not work. It'll only work in stock form. I think all of them have a composite fiberglass. I'm not sure if the Z06 is carbon fiber hood or not, but just know on a Stingray, you can mount your Easy Pass underneath this guy. You don't have to booger up your interior, that stupid thing in the windshield. So I will also be doing that in the near future when I'm tackling the interior. Pretty neato. All right, number three is very advantageous for the DIYers like myself. This kind of drove me mad. If you follow the channel, you know I just did an exhaust on my C8, which I absolutely love. When I put everything back together, I was out here the next day. I always look at my car because I sit right here next to my computer. There was a gnarly gap from right here all the way down, about 1/8 of an inch. It was driving me insane. No matter what I did, I cannot get the factory gap back. It's perfect now. The reason it does that, and it's very common when people put the back bumper back on, the two harnesses in your back bumper, there's little perches they have to go into in the bumper. If not, it'll bind and your back bumper will never seal properly against the body. I found this buried in a forum from like 2 years ago, and sure enough, that was the issue. So when you remove the bumper for any reason on a C8, make sure those connectors go back in the little perch, a little Christmas tree that pushes them back in, or it's gonna bind and it's not gonna line up properly. That's your fix. Number three. All right, number four is very interesting, and this is kind of a secret. A lot of C8s, I would say most of them, have body imperfections. And I thought people were being stupid and critical online. And sure enough, one of the most common defects on the C8 and the body molds is on the doors. And I didn't think mine had it. Natural light, you can't tell. But in this lighting with the weird fluorescence LEDs, you can. And I'm gonna see if I can get it for you. I'm not sure if you can see, but right in the middle of your screen right there, there's a little dimple right underneath the mirror. You see it? It's really hard to see. Right there, see it? Right there, little dimple. You'll never notice this in natural lights, but in proper lighting, you can see it. It's weird, but I thought I'd share that with you guys. All right, number 5. This is also interesting and kind of a secret. If you follow my channel, I've already told you about this, but on the C8 Corvettes, I'm assuming it's because it's mid-engine. I mean, I'm new to a mid-engine platform. The rear rotors, not the calipers, but the rotors are wider, have a bigger diameter than the fronts by almost an inch. Yeah, these are like 12.6 in the Z51 in the back. They're like 13.7 or something. But yeah, the rear rotors are bigger on a C8 Stingray. Pretty freaking weird, but it's for a purpose. I'm sure the engineers figured it out. It's probably something to do with the engine, but why not just make the rear calipers bigger? I guess that would look goofy. I don't know, but it's interesting. Number 6, if you have a C8 Corvette and the AFM valve bothers the hell out of you like me, whenever it goes the V4, the V8 mode, I couldn't stand it. There's 2 ways to get rid of that. One is get an aftermarket exhaust that does the deletes. The Hooker Holly Blackheart I went with, it uses the actuators, but they don't actually plug into any valves, so you don't get that noise anymore. Or if you know a tuner, they can be tuned out with some software completely. The entire V4 mode can get turned off. I'm doing my homework right now to get that fixed. But yes, there's workarounds for the AFM valve if that noise drives you crazy. For those that follow the channel, I did a complete sound insulation all the way from back window down my seats to get rid of that stupid direct injection noise, which is pretty much mitigated. And now with my exhaust set up, there's no more of that AFM valve noise. So it sounds great. Nothing but clean, nice, deep exhaust noise. Total win. Number 7, if you want to do a quick and dirty mod, but you're kind of new to stuff, you don't want to hurt anything or screw in anything. If you want to do a spoiler on a C8, it's probably one of the easiest things. And the coolest part is, Z51 or not, all the screws are already there underneath. Can't really see it, but all, 28 screws are already there. When I did this install, it took me all of like 8 minutes and I was done. So thank you, GM, for doing that for us. So all of us 9 Z51 guys that want a spoiler, probably one of the easiest mods ever. All the screw holes and the screws already there. All right, number 8 is kind of an oldie but a goodie. Most of you know about this, but I didn't include it in my first one, so I'll show you guys in case you didn't know. If you're doing maintenance back here in the trunk, or you want to clean your windows, this thing actually goes up by another 20 degrees if you just give it a little push. It's quite a bit, actually. Yeah, so opens up much wider to reach things much easier. Just one little tip. All right, number 9, I sort of touched on this one with the first video, but when you lock the doors to the car, it automatically locks both your center console and your glove box, but it also locks your little fuel door. Obviously, there's no little pull release inside or anything, unless it breaks or there's a cable inside, but when it's locked, you cannot open it. You gotta unlock the car. Just so you know, no one can just siphon your gas. Cool. Easy day. All right, number 10. If you're locked out of your C8 and need to get in mechanically, you can get in with key holds. With your key, there's a little key in here, just pop out. Up underneath here, right there, if you can see it. But in the 23 model year, they omitted the one behind the license plate. So if you have a 23, don't think you can get in your trunk anymore behind the plate. 20, 21, 22 had another keyhole behind the license. 23 and above does not. All right, number 11 is also a kind of common one, but in case you didn't know, if your battery's dead, you got to get in your frunk. How you do it, not too bad. You gotta crawl underneath your dash here. Carpet's all messy, I'm sorry guys. You'll see a little tab right here. See this guy? If you pull it once, nothing happens. You gotta pull it twice. All right, number 12. Hopefully we can see this here behind the exhaust. You can kind of see it. This exhaust is kind of big, but in stock form, there's a little, what do you call it? I think you can see it right there. Like chrome plates, if you will, or backing. They sell little kits to cover that. They're like $100. I just got some high temp paint and painted that for pretty much free. I boogered it up a little bit, put everything back together. That was my fault. I had to kind of go back and fix it. But yeah, if you have high temp paint, just paint it flat black. Call it a day. You're wasting your time on those stupid little covers. It's just a little vinyl cover. That's it. For $100, it's silly. And just paint the damn things. And then lastly is the key fob itself. You get 2 keys. Most cars do come with 2 keys, but the Corvette, the C8, has actual number 1 key and a 2 key, or a master key, if you will. The one with the silver insignia, which is this one right there. This is for settings number 1 when you set up all your memory settings. And the carbon black or carbon flash one is key number 2 to set up with your settings. So the key 1 and key 2 does have a purpose, and they need to match the settings in your infotainment system for your settings for your memory, if that makes sense. Hopefully that clears up some confusion. But yes, there's 2 keys and they both have a purpose. I arbitrarily just use this one as my number 1 key. I didn't realize till right now it was my master key, if you will, or the number 1 key. Well, all right, guys, there you go. That's 12 little tips and tricks for the C8s. I will do a future video if I find enough quality things. I'm not gonna do dumb stuff, but I think most of these are pretty valuable. I know I learned a couple things making this little video, so hope you guys did too. I have side skirts on the way for the C8s. Hopefully that'll be this weekend, maybe. And then next week, we got a C5 Z06 mod. I gotta do a Mini Cooper video. I haven't done a video on the Mini in a while. Maybe we'll do something silly, put an exhaust on it next week or something. I don't know, we'll see. Well, in any case, guys, until next time, take care, Mark out.